Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. We're here in Giant Hold with my ranged character Red for what I hope is going to be a little bit of bonus content to our mini Inquisitive series. Um, for the longest time, in company with most of the site, I guess, I have avoided the Crucible quest like the plague. Not for want of trying. I've been in there and I've tried and I've completed it the odd time, but always painful, just painful, especially in that first section with the valves alone with the hireling. That can be such a problematic experience, let's put it that way. Just recently, I've taken to trying to blitz through there with you know, a legendary character, just on heroic casual or whatever it happens to be. The fights themselves are pretty trivial. It's not that that's the issue, as I'm sure those of you who've tried will know. It's the passing through the maze and the that swim section is a pain as well. Just the sort of technicalities, let's call it that, and just if you can just memorize the path through, that's a start. And then what needs doing and when. The fighting side of it is utterly trivial in my opinion. In before I get one shot by some kind of reaper. So I was hoping this time around. I tried it in heroic. I did complete it, but I made a mess of the maze and I was in there too long, so it didn't make for a very good recording. I was hoping here in epic to maybe redress that balance a little bit and actually put something out as a recording. Maybe it could help one or two of you who've struggled with this in the past. I've been able to pick up one or two little tidbits just from watching other people's videos online, but also there's no substitute for doing yourself. That's why I'm recommending every sort of couple of days when you're trying to learn it, just send one of your legendary characters in on heroic, just memorize the path and the little things that you can do to make your job a bit easier in here. And that's the way I've tried to go about it. The the biggest failing point for me is at the start with the well, it's good that it's at the start because you can always restart, can't you? The maze section with the valves. I find that if I get stuck inside an area behind one of the doors and the hireling for whatever reason either dies or refuses to pull the valve I'm asking for, then it's basically game over. I suppose here with this character, I do have a DDO that I could use as a last resort to get me back out, but it's not exactly going to make for amazing gameplay, is it? I'm not going to go into Red's build or anything because I'm hoping to do another um, video with him at the cap because we didn't really show. Because purple's not properly geared for it. At the end of the Inquisitive series, we didn't really show the extent of it at the cap. I'm hoping we can do a reasonable comparison between this Inquisitive build and the Arty that we showed recently. So let's not waffle on too much. Let's get stuck in there, see what we can manage in here. Not going to go on any crazy difficulty level. The objective, and your objective as well, if you're learning the thing, should be just to try to get through, to find the path, get comfortable with each section, what you have to do. Now, I can't stress this enough. Having I don't know why I put the short-term buffs on. Totally not useful at this point. Having an evasion character, which we do here, is really nice in this. There are several sections where being mostly immune to traps is going to be very helpful. The speaking, you can speak to all these if you didn't realize these four champions. And one of them in particular is really important. There's a section later on with a collapsing floor that you can make it so it's collapsed already if you get these dialogues right. And That is invaluable in avoiding frustration. If the floor is in one piece and you just have to go along and then fall down into the water below, go back round, do the same again, it's a nightmare. So I strongly recommend this. The skills, there's diplomacy, there's an intimidate. So if you have something like the Golden Guile from the Lords of Dust chain to help, that would be good. We have charisma as our main stat on this build. It's a paladin heavy. The kind of flavor of the month at the moment, aren't they? The paladin heavy inquisitive builds. But that's not the reason I've done this. The inquisitive series was recorded well in advance of all this paladin inquisitive business. I've done this to just to see how we could go on as as a mostly paladin on the back of that past life ultimate past life getter thing I did, where we basically just did paladin by chance because we needed the past life for it. As you can see, the saves are crazy, but the reason I'm mentioning it is the skills. Because of charisma, we've got decent diplo, intimidate's not terrible, and the other one, where's the other one, the bluff there, so not terrible. And the good thing about these is it lets you re-roll for as many as you want until you actually get it. So we got that one. I think we got that one. Then we have to go and speak to this one here. Done that one. And then you have to remember to go back to the first one. Where is he, the first one? See, I've got lost already. Dagger Tooth. There we go. So happy days. I think even I've checked the difficulties in the DDO wiki, and I think even with quite low on these stats, if you have things boosting them up like that Golden Guile, I think you'd be okay to pass these checks. So for those of you who don't know the Crucible, or maybe by reputation, but you've never actually set foot in here, it's, well, as it says here, it's a trial. So the trial takes place in several phases, stages, with little battles in between. The battles themselves are trivial, in my opinion. The stages themselves take some practice and some doing, but it can be eased definitely by having evasion. If I get as far as the swim section, you'll see that I think we're just going to take this opportunity to demonstrate how devastating the Inquisitive no holds barred can be. I mean, Christ. So we're coming into the maze section now.
The sign reads, Maze of Cunning.
Now, for those of you who do know the maze a little bit, there are 3 valves, aren't there? We're going to try to limit the errors that can happen with the hireling by only using 2 of them. So we're going to use the I and the K and not do anything with the H. So we're going to hot foot it round here. That's one thing with doing it a few times. You begin to get a sort of a, because the map's obviously terribly bad, but you begin to get a feel for the layout of the place. So the first thing we want to do is try and make sure there's nobody wandering around up there that might nobble our hireling. So we get the hireling out. I try to disable the auto targeting, so we've still got the valve targeted, but I have all sorts of issues with that. And I've obviously just targeted an opponent, so that's gone wrong straight away. Valve, pull the wheel. So let's try and kill these without switching the target. And we managed it. And I've... Oh, in trying to pick up the crest. So I've got nothing targeted, so he still should pull, or she should still pull the wheel now for me. I hope. Don't you be shooting. I found out why, by the way, these hirelings have... oh, she wants to be on passive, doesn't she? Found out why the Rana has this bank of 10 hit points. She's using Winter's Heart, which is awesome. Right, so that was the first one in there. Now we need to get in here. So could you please go ahead and pull your... Yes, beautiful. Thank you. So anytime you get like a little group around you, the Inquisitive, the shoot first. Such a short cooldown, nice AoE, just brilliant. Could you go ahead and pull that again for us? Happy days. So we're done in the eye section now. And I almost forgot, there's a little cheat here. We can place a thing through the wall. That saves us going into the
Beyond
H
the
section.
barred gate,
Right,
a
we've placed those
porcelain
two, that's
horn
awesome.
rests on a pedestal.
So we're going to go into the... oh, we need to open this again, don't we, last time? We're going to go into the K section now. If I can remember where I'm going. Who's shooting up there? Nobody that we can see. Right, so we're going to park the hireling here. Make sure we have nothing targeted and pull the valve. Please. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? Oh, she's being shot at, that's why.
Next time.
Now that's the problem that we can run into. Okay. Raise. Heal. Let's try that one again. Can you now pull the valve? No, we don't even have a valve option. Why not? Here we go. Okay. So, collecting crest. And can we pull the valve again? Get us out of here. If we can get this one. Oh, she's going to die. She's almost dead. But did we manage? Yeah, we got out okay.
They lack stamina.
We got lucky there. Okay. Let's bring her back again. So yeah, that's the big problem I've been having. Try and clear up the things from the top areas before that happens, but I'm not always successful with that. Right, so we need to go round here and place our final crest now, don't we? Oh, we can disable these, that's nice. So I'm guessing if there's no other trap in this area, we can just pick that up. Oh, that's not good. Let's get you back here. We might not need her again. I'm just going to see if we can pull the eye again. And then Get the hell out of Dodge. We're supposed to go back through here. Out that way. So we haven't touched the H1 at all. We've got a couple of nasty single target damages on the bar, the pluck of the string and the hunt's end. Very nice both. And that's the infamous maze done. So that wasn't too painful.
Where its horn used to belong.
Now, do we actually need the hireling for anything else? I don't think we do, so I think we can say thanks very much. Sorry for killing you again. And off we go.
Currents tug at your feet as you step into the water.
Hoping the rest of it is going to be a lot less painful. Make a very good job of that, did I? Okay.
The sign reads,
so evasion, awesome in here. Basically a pile of traps, and you've got a time limit as well. If you don't reach the... I'm ignoring the traps as we have evasion, but if we don't reach the end point before the door closes, we have to go in and do it again. So just about managed it. Okay. There might be something we can disable here, because there's obviously traps here as well. No, I guess there's nothing we can disable, so we just have to hot-foot it out of here. As soon as you take the item, the traps start again. If you don't manage to get to the door in time, just come out here, pull the lever, and you can go back round again for another go. Back into there.
There's something familiar about this.
This one, if we speak to him... Oh, there we go. If you speak to him long enough, maybe we were failing a check in the background or something, we can disarm the one of the opponents in the final fight. So that's quite nice. This is the section with the collapsed floor, and as you can see, the floor is already collapsed, so it's making it a lot easier for us to make our way through here. If we hadn't done those conversational options at the start, then we'd be left to find by trial and error where the thing was collapsing. So I think much better this way. I think there is a way you can get the little kobold guy to show you, but I'm not quite sure on that. Now there's a tome here. You can see in the wiki how to decipher the clues, but especially with an evasion character, we've got a 1 in 6 chance to make it. So I just sit myself out of the way of the most of the stuff, and just keep opening the door until we get the right one. Each time it can be any one of the 6 doors, I think, so just keep banging away at it.
The test of instinct has reset.
Theoretically,
the test of instinct
in 6 tries, we should, by the law of averages, get it.
The test of instinct has reset.
And we might just have to be a bit more patient.
The test of instinct has reset.
You'll know straight away if you don't know the quest. You'll know straight away when you've got the right door, because there won't be all these traps popping up. Actually, here we've got a little bit unlucky, haven't we?
The test of instinct has reset.
Just rebuff while we're...
The test of instinct has reset.
There we go, that's it. Happy days. Okay, I think he's died because of some of the conversational option that we did. Now, before we do anything in here, we're going to get rid of all the opponents out here, so they're not pestering us. We have the perfect build to do that. I'm saying we have the perfect build, why aren't we hitting them? Okay, feather fall on here. Pulling this lever activates a couple of ladders, can you see there? So if we did fall down, we could just come to this top section and jump back up. For those of you who don't know the quest, you'll recognize this part as the valve maze from the first bit. We're directly above that now. So we're going to go to the far side here.
You approach a bank of
We pull this
7 sacred
lever
crystals
and
above
3
the
lights
level.
are going to light up, which correspond to the 3 wheels in the other corners of the room. There's a blue, a green, a red. Depending on where the lights are tells us how many times to pull the wheel, with this being 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a time limit as well, so we better get moving once we see the combo. So no green, 2 red and 4 blue. Wings would come in handy with this.
As the puzzle
Okay,
begins
happy
to
days.
complete, a loud gear grinds in the southeast corner of the room. The path forward is open.
Can switch the feather fall off. Think we might have some more. Generally, in between the each challenge, you get 1 or 2 groups of opponents to deal with. So we're coming up to the swim section. Opening this makes it easier for us to get back out afterwards.
The rush of swift water emanates
Again,
from below.
evasion, super valuable in here. I don't pretend to be any good at all at this. I just know just about what to do to get through it. So first section, sticking to the floor is good. Just sort of slalom left and right between the spikes. And then we come to a sort of an uppy downy section after that. Up and down below and up again. I really hate it because it's not immediately obvious generally where you have to go. We're gonna curl round. You know, I think we've got to go underneath that, have we? Yeah. You can see by the number of saves I've had to make. Without the evasion, I would have been in deep trouble here. So up through that little hole in the ceiling.
A glittering pile of treasure is surrounded by agitated
So again,
gnomes.
nice example of the shoot first AoE doing its work. Pick up the Horn of Endurance. Don't touch the glittering treasure. That gets you a curse, I think. And now it just kind of directs you, basically. The currents kind of blow you back towards where you need to go. Just aim yourself through the middle of these gate things and everything just opens up in front of you. And then we turn and we jump out This is the passage that we opened. I think, is it the passage that we? Yeah, this is the section that we've opened the end of to be able to get back to where we were before. And then we just jump round here and place our horn. These in this section all have to be taken out before
Furiously bangs an alarm
before we
to
can
a
go
person.
into the end fight. Might as well hit the boost here. I think there might be one or two more waiting down here, yeah. And it's time to finish this. So not too bad. I was a bit
You hear Grogan the Bugbear's growling voice.
a bit slow and steady in the
Gruesome
valves
you are
section,
in
wasn't I?
relentless
But aside from that,
forge
I
to
don't
the
think we've done
arena
too
of
bad.
power.
And
Your
this will be the
chest will
first time
survive the
I've
trial
completed
you
this on
all
Epic
won your
on any
place in
character.
the horde.
So quite
Now
pleased.
these maggots must do the same. The new recruits will be harried by
So bearing in mind, it's telling you there, Daggertooth the Naked.
such
He
confidence.
he lost his armor for one of those conversational options that we did.
He's not just crazy. He's a blood-guzzling champion of the dragon below. And they'll face the
I think you'll
leader
probably
of
see
Florian
again that the
Hobgoblin,
combat side of
proud
it
and
is just
treacherous in
trivial
his
compared to
first
the
solo
puzzles and the
battle.
challenges that you face.
Lord Jorgandal wants no weaklings in his horde. Can these soft-looking traitors to Stormreach survive
We'll hit
the
our
hour?
uncanny dodge.
Today, the Storm
Very nice
Horde
defense.
will welcome these new recruits. Let the battle
Okay, happy days. So these keys give us the access to the chests at the end, and I've gone the wrong way. And that's it. Pretty pleased with that. And a big chunk of XP there, obviously. Plus it saves you having to spend 5 shards to complete your Giant Hold Saga. So these chests do have restored relics in, which can be quite nice for picking up augments, if that's a thing for you. Backstabber's gloves. That's not actually a terrible item, is it? I've not seen that before. And indeed, that could have been used for one of the skill checks in here. Okay, happy days. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because, as I said, I plan to take Red to the cap and do a bit more of a detailed look at the build and a bit of a comparison post-update 70 on where we're at Inquisitive versus Arty. One thing I will say, and you might have seen during the course of this one, I know people complain about the wind-up of the boost, but the Arty has that too, and when the boost is actually going, it feels really nice and smooth, and we're able to just tab from one target to the next and just mow things down like the Arty used to be able to do. Now, it seems to me that with the Arty having a pause while that boost is going, it's not terrible by any means, but it just feels a bit more clunky when you're trying to really hose down a group of opponents. Am I being too picky there, or do some of you have experience of the same thing, maybe? Okay, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Thanks very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.